Hi, and welcome to my program today. Um, I usually do presentations on surgical pathology, and I've done several hundred over the past few years. And I thought it would be interesting today for the benefit of followers who may want to perpetuate this and expand it into other realms to just show a little bit of what goes on behind the curtain and how I put together some of the presentations that I do and the tools that I use to do so. So we'll start by selecting a topic and introducing you to a couple of the tools that I use. These are very commonly available tools and should be applicable to a variety of situations. So the first tool that I use is Path Presenter, or in my case, because of my membership in the Digital Pathology Association, I use their version of that tool, the Digital Anatomic Pathology Academy. So I'm going to share my screen and illustrate how I do this in this video. So here's my screen, and I have here the window for the Digital Pathology Association Path Presenter. We'll just go to the home page so that once you've logged in, you see an array of options such as this. And we're going to use the My Presentations option, as well as the digital slides that are available either in my own personal slide box, cases that I have uploaded, or from the public slide library. So we'll begin by selecting a presentation, and we're going to create a new presentation. You can see here some of the ones I've done recently, but we're going to choose this button here in the upper right and create a new presentation. So here we are. This is the title page. So this presentation is going to be about enteric endometriosis. And that's the title by which I would be able to search it in my profiles and so forth. I can write a description here if I want to be reminded when I'm previewing it in the future and so forth, but it's not required. Now, down here are a couple of little radio buttons or excuse me, check boxes to show how you want the slides and other materials to display for those who will view your presentation. So each slide has a name, which is usually its diagnosis. And if we want to show that, then we can leave this box checked. However, if we're presenting it as a sequence of unknown slides, for example, we may want to uncheck that. Additionally, we can show clinical information or other metadata that may have been uploaded with that slide in our presentation as well, or make that available to viewers if we wish, or we can delete that, again, if we want them to face this without any additional information. And then we can show a watermark if we want to provide, to ensure that any appropriate credit is given when a viewer may choose to take a snapshot using our information. I'm not particular about that, so I'm going to leave these on as they are and click Create. And bingo, here is my presentation. Oh, well, there's nothing here. So how do we get content into this presentation? Well, there are two types of content that we can use. So we'll first select the digital slide that we want to use. So we will choose Import, and then we will have a sequence of options such as this. So if I want to use my own slides, I can choose the slide box option. If I want to use something from the public domain, I can choose this, and I might say endometriosis. So here are several options, and then it will search the public slide library and return a couple of examples. So maybe I want to use this appendiceal endometriosis, hepatic flexure endometriosis, colon endometriosis. So here we see a number of options So we can just check whichever slides we want. And if we want to see if that looks like a good slide, we can click on the slide and view it in advance. So here I'm going to take a look at this slide and see, oh, is this going to be a good slide to use? Does it have a good example? Well, let's just see what we've got here. We've got some ulceration, and it looks like, sure enough, we've got some nice endometrial glands and a nice array of stroma here in this particular example. That would be a wonderful illustration of what I'm trying to do, and it's here involving the surface. So coming back here, I'll say, okay, those are the ones I want to use for this. Now, in addition, I know there's one slide in my own personal files that I want to use, and I'm going to select my GI teaching cases, and here it is. It's a unique case, so I'll upload that as well. So, well, did it come? Let's just check here again. I think I didn't say select that, and then I didn't hit the select button. So, aha, you can see one of the pitfalls and how you might miss it. So there it is, and here it appears. Now, I could do my presentation just using these slides and talk about them and explain what we're seeing and so forth. But, you know, for a lot of presentations, it's nice to add some text. And perhaps if you're not going to be recording it, or it's going to be used without accompanying audio or visual materials, you may want to do some other things. So I'm going to upload a PowerPoint as well on this situation. So here we go. We're going to select my PowerPoint. I'm going to select it from my files, which include a number of digital sign-out video materials. And we'll come down here to the most pertinent one, which we have prepared, colorectal endometriosis, and select that. Oops, there. And then open that. And then this will begin to upload these PowerPoint slides into the presentation. Now, this process usually takes several minutes. And so while we're doing that, we will do some other items and illustrate a couple of other things that we might do in this presentation. So I'm going to click OK. Now, there's this nice little button here, which allows us to add slides that we may want to view side by side. So I'm thinking, well, maybe these two slides could be combined into a side-by-side slide. So let's revise that. Let's create a combination. And this is the option which we get. So here we'll say add image. You click that, and then we can come back here to the public slide library, which we just viewed. And we can say this one, and this one, we're going to do as side by sides. Whoops. I think you have to do only one. So let's just do this again. And we'll go to public slide library, and we will choose this one, select that, and then we'll add the other one that we want to do here as the comparison, and we'll do this one here. So then now we have this. I'm going to save that. Okay. So now we're going to import our PowerPoint. So I can upload and save into Path Presenter here my PowerPoints. And in fact, you'll see here that the other options here are a PowerPoint library. So if I come to my PowerPoint library and scroll down through, I know that the last one I uploaded is the one I want to use. And so this is the one that I'm going to bring in here. And there they are right there. I can choose any or all of them, and I'm going to select them all. Oops, now look, it looks as though we have a little problem. We have to figure out how we're going to integrate these slides into a coherent order. So to do that, we're going to use this reorder button. And when we select that option, we get the view of all of our slides as they would appear. So I know the order of my slides, and you can see here on the right, we get a little preview of what's in that slide. So I typically present a little discussion, a little bit of a clinical background, and then I will show the digital slide. So the digital slide I want to use is my own slide. So I'm going to move this slide over here to right after the clinical differential diagnosis. And that's my own slide. So then we're going to talk about general endometriosis. And so this would probably be a good time to put in some of these other examples of endometriosis. So let's move this appendiceal endometriosis over here after that. Then we were going to use these as comparisons. And so we'll use our combined side-by-side slide. And then I'm going to talk about management. And so I'll put this resection specimen here a little bit as an option. And then once I've got them in the order that I want, I can update the order, and I choose this right here. It says update. Do you want to save that? Yes, I do. And now I've got, you see still a couple of slides here that I haven't deleted. So, or that haven't reordered. And in fact, these are the two slides I believe that are in our comparison. So I can select these like this and then move them to the trash. I could also do it one by one just by hitting on the delete button here on each one of these. But I've selected them so I can delete them both. And there I am. I am left with a great presentation. So now what do I want to do? Well, I think I want to test it out so I can hit the launch version and just see if each slide is going to show what I want to do. So I'm testing it out. I see here's my title slide. I see my brief history, differential diagnosis, and here's my biopsy slide. That's the one I want. Then a little bit about ectopic endometrial tissue, and then some other examples. Here's an appendix with a little bit of endometriosis on the serosa. And then here are two more side-by-side examples, either of which we can look at with some degree of facility and so forth. Then we come into the next slide. Oops. And so forth. Oops. So if I wanted to add an article to my presentation, I could do that for viewers. So I would just hit clear, add document, and then select the appropriate documents from the file. And I wanted to put, this article there. I could select it and so forth. So it would be then included with the materials on this case. And then I've got my remaining slides here as well. Now, if I want to provide perhaps some further information for my learners, I could annotate these slides. For example, I could say, okay, I'm going to do a little checkbox here, and I'm going to write a sample and a little highlight point here. Say I want to say vascular invasion. I could save that and so forth. So then when they come along, they would find that a little annotation of possible vascular invasion or other things. So here's a little bit of mural or surface involvement right there. We'll add another text box there. Surface involvement, save. Now, if I wanted to, I could also create a poll about this area. So what symptoms would you expect? And then I could say, oh, pain might be there. Then I could add another option, bleeding, weight loss, um, dyspareunia, and then bingo, I could have created a poll. And then I hit save, and we should be good. So there's my poll about that particular area, and people, as they viewed this, they could come along and cast their vote. So we have created the presentation. We've launched the presentation. There's one other thing to be aware of, and that is that we can eliminate this sidebar by just clicking here. And then we get a bigger full field view of the slide. We can also eliminate our sidebar of annotations. Whoops. There we go. So that now we're seeing the full view of the lesion and the slide for people to examine using the full field. Now, if we go back to the beginning, and we'll move up here to the beginning, we can discuss how we might make this presentation. So we can adjust the size of this using your scroll bar and so forth. And we can also eliminate some of this stuff at the top by going to full screen mode like this. So then we have a nice full screen view with little distracting information that we can use, or that's going to distract the viewer. Now, I really love Path Presenter because it has this built-in potential to record your material. So using this button right here, you can begin recording your presentation, and you can walk through it with that. And then when you're finished, you hit stop, and it will immediately provide you with an MP4 file of your presentation, which can be shared, uploaded to YouTube, or saved to some other file sharing platform for whatever purpose you choose after that. So then once you have completed that process, let's exit full screen here. Let's go home. You can then take your recorded video and upload it to a site like YouTube and so forth. So at that point, you're pretty well ready to do things that you want to do. If you want to put a special header or other sorts of things, you can edit afterwards if you've got a video editor. But I rarely have to use that because I like to talk through, and I like to record some of my mistakes so that you realize I'm human, and also so that it becomes more personal, and doesn't seem contrived or overly commercial. So with that, I'm going to stop the video on the sharing of that side of things, and just thank you for watching. And I welcome your feedback and comments or questions that you may want to add. But this process should make it fairly simple for you to use something like Path Presenter or DAPA to create a number of your own content videos that will be instructive and advance the field so that more people can get access to what's in your mind and your experience, and thus the world will be a little bit better place. Well, thank you so much for watching, and we will look forward to seeing you on another video.